When you think of nuns, you might imagine quiet, reserved women devoted to prayer. However, medieval nuns sometimes engaged in shocking behavior. Here are some scandalous stories from monasteries across Europe. Number 1. Littlemore Abbey, England. Littlemore Abbey, a renowned English monastery, has a scandalous history dating back to the 15th century. Rumours circulated about the nuns inviting travellers, pilgrims and knights to spend the night and charging exorbitant fees for their services. The nuns were also involved in sexual promiscuity, theft and heavy drinking. Catherine Wells, the abbess of Littlemore, was particularly notorious. She abused her power, beating, starving and humiliating the nuns under her care. Desperate for food, many nuns were forced to sell themselves for money. The abbess herself lived openly with a priest, and the monastery's land was sold or mortgaged. The nuns at Littlemore Abbey eventually rebelled against Catherine Wells, escaping to a nearby village with the priest. The Bishop of Lincoln, William Atwater, was forced to intervene due to the growing scandal. An investigation revealed a range of offences, including nymphomania, drunkenness, theft and adultery. The convent was dissolved, and Catherine Wells was charged with multiple crimes. Number 2. The Honourable Nuns of Italy. Unlike their British counterparts, Italian nuns were not known for theft. However, they were infamous for providing sexual services. Many Italian monasteries operated as brothels, discreetly catering to male visitors seeking the company of beautiful nuns. These encounters were often facilitated by the nuns themselves, who would actively seek out clients. The loose-fitting dresses worn by Italian nuns, combined with their natural beauty and slender figures, made them particularly attractive to men. While the nuns emphasized modesty during church services, their attire outside of religious settings was more revealing. Despite the church's condemnation of such behavior, these practices continued for centuries. The scandalous reputation of Italian nunneries persisted well into the modern era, revealing a hidden side of religious life in medieval and Renaissance Italy. Number 3. The Madrid Flowers. Similar to Italy, Spain was not far behind in terms of the scandalous behavior of nuns. However, Spanish convents differed in their character, likely influenced by the types of services they provided. Monasteries were often categorized by male visitors, with names like the Abbey of Dolls or the Abbey of Penitent Magdalens. While there were attempts to punish nuns for debauchery, the number of convicted nuns in Spain increased significantly. One notorious case involved the convent of St. John the Baptist in Bologna, where the nuns' dissoluteness was so extreme that authorities were forced to close the monastery. The nuns from St. Leonard were placed under the supervision of the monastery of St. Laurentius. Number 4. The German Order. While Germans were generally known for their discipline and order, some monasteries in Germany engaged in scandalous behavior. Unlike in other countries, German authorities punished nuns severely for such actions. The Gnadensel Abbey in the Swabian Jura became a notorious brothel. Clients could visit the nuns at any time of day or night, paying for sexual services. The abbey's financial supporter, Duke Julius of Brunswick, eventually intervened to put an end to this misconduct. The Mother Superior was punished by being walled into the abbey walls. German church authorities conducted frequent inspections of monasteries to prevent such scandals. However, these inspections often revealed shocking findings, such as the high number of pregnant nuns at the Keflingen Abbey. One particularly scandalous case involved the Oberndorf Monastery, which served as a brothel for the nobility. The nuns engaged in sexual encounters with wealthy visitors during secret feasts, where the lights would be extinguished. To deter visitors from engaging in promiscuous behavior, authorities implemented measures such as forbidding nuns from entering cities and imposing fines on anyone with sinful intentions. These illicit relationships were often kept secret, but whispers and rumours would inevitably spread through the convent walls. In some cases, nuns would even bear children, a fact that was scandalously hidden from the public eye. Number 5. The French Connection. The land of love was renowned not only for the nuns' fun-loving temperament, but also for its authentic bacchanalian celebrations in the spirit of Roman Saturnalia. When fueled by wine, men and women engaged in passionate and unrestrained sexual encounters. Despite the Church's efforts to prohibit such behavior, orgies continued to occur in French monasteries. Even official documents referred to these orgies as worship of the phallus, and insane holidays. Bishop Odin, who visited Rouen monasteries, reported widespread participation in indecent pleasures by the nuns. In a shocking incident during the 15th century, Queen Joan of France ordered the imprisonment of all harlots and promiscuous maidens in a special monastery. While it was believed that these nuns were atoning for their sins, the monastery actually operated as a brothel under the Queen's patronage. The abbess controlled access to the nuns, who were examined by a doctor to ensure their health. The abbess had complete control over who was admitted and where they were sent. Unlike in traditional brothels, the nuns had limited freedom and received no payment for their services. Clients were expected to treat the nuns with respect and refrain from causing harm. However, these measures were ineffective in preventing the promiscuous and deviant behavior that characterized the Canalia. The syphilis epidemic eventually helped to curb these practices, but its consequences were as severe as the plague.